to today's TikTok. We're on Facebook and YouTube as well on the dual stream over here. How are we all? It is Thursday, the 19th. What? Yeah, it's Thursday, the 19th of, what is it? Oh, it's Thursday, the 19th. Yes, of December. OMG. Christmas is on its way. It is getting close, folks. It is getting close. This is the penultimate, social media live of 2024. We've got this one this morning, and then we've got Saturday mornings before I'm doing my spin class, and then that, guys, is us for 2024. Yeah, I'll be back in the new year. I will be back in the new year, officially back at work on the 6th of January, officially. Though from the officially back at work from the 6th of January, but I will be doing bits and pieces from the 2nd, from the new year. That's kind of when I'm officially, unofficially returning to work. But yeah, unofficially 2nd of Jan, but officially we'll be back at everything, full swing, 100% with everything from the 6th of January. Just sorting out the old supplements. Getting the old supplements sorted out. Right, so we do top five on the old TikTok this morning. Adam's in at number 1, Sheila's in at number 2, Karen G's in at number 3, Donna's in at number 4, and Debs is in at number 5. Guys, thank you very much as always for jumping straight on the live, coming and saying hello. This is a weight loss live. If you do have some weight loss questions, fire them in. I don't think there are any weight loss questions at the moment. I know the priority is starting to shift. I've had quite a lot of check-ins already this week. People signing off for the week, signing off for the year, really, in terms of their weight loss. Right, that's it. Someone messaged yesterday with a check-in. Right, that's it for 2024. I'm raising the white flag. I'm out of here. I like that saying. I'm out of here. I'll be back in a couple of weeks. And it is only 2 weeks. 2 weeks today, it is the 2nd of January. 2 weeks today is the 2nd of January. 2 weeks today, I'll be fully back on my journey. To be fair, I'm still being as accountable as I can be now. I'm still trying to track now. I've not put I need to put my bits and pieces in for last night. I had a high calorie day yesterday. Not normally Wednesday, but we were out and about. We were seeing friends. We were seeing, not friends, family. We were doing Rachel's family yesterday. We were out and about. We were having a bit of a drive about. And I wanted to review the new KFC Christmas stuffing burger. That'll be out today. I will release that content today. We're out and about doing bits like that. Can you eat healthily when you're out and about? Yes. But I didn't want to. To be honest with you. I was all up for trying having a nice KFC, had a few other bits and pieces. We're around at Rachel's Nan's, so I had a few chocks or something like that. I need to get my tea in. I thought I had 3,700 calories yesterday, but I don't think I have. I don't know. Let me get my tea in. So my tea last night, I had Weetabix. Weetabix Fawns tea yesterday. Honey. I love Weetabix. Honestly, I would, if someone could say to you, you can only eat one cereal for the rest of your life, or you can only pick one meat to eat for the rest of my life, I would pick Weetabix. Not because it's my favorite cereal to eat, right? But it's very, very versatile. Sometimes I'll do overnight Weetabix, protein Weetabix with it. Sometimes I just like it as a Weetabix. And it's relatively healthy. I'm not saying it's the most nutritionally dense food in the world, but it's certainly, there's a certain influencer on here says it's like eating poison or something like that. It really isn't. It's actually not bad at all. Let me put my... Do you know what? I feel like I was really unhealthy yesterday and ate loads of calories. I didn't. I had 3,000. I'm just catching up now. Got that in there. Oh, let me edit that. That needs editing because I had a bit more than that. Edit. I absolutely love a Weetabix. Likewise, honest. I think my favourite, if I could only ever eat one meat for the rest of my life, it'd be chicken. Like, I'm not saying chicken, like it lights. I'm not saying chicken lights my life up like a fillet steak or like a really good couple of lamb chops or something like that. But it's just so versatile, chicken, isn't it? You can eat with so many things, and it's relatively healthy. So I had 3,360 calories yesterday, which means I have banked so far this week 62 calories. That is where we are at. I have banked 62 calories for the weekend. Now, this time last week, I banked 1,200 calories for the weekend. So that's kind of where the eating's going this week. Don't get me wrong, I'm quite happy. I've said at the beginning of this week, I'm quite happy to have a bit of what I would class as a maintenance week, as it were. And that's kind of what we're on a bit of it's going to be a maintenance week. I can't see. I'm going to have today and tomorrow. We've got nothing on today and tomorrow. So I'm going to try and bank, a few calories today, a few calories tomorrow. Try and take some into the weekend. The weekend we are out on Saturday with some friends, just going out for a bit of tea. Nothing major whatsoever, nothing major whatsoever at all. So really, this week, maybe small deficit by the end of this week. Then I'm off for Christmas. Then I'm just going to enjoy myself for a week or so. And 2 weeks today, we are straight back at it. Right, let me have a scan down. Big Tom, good morning, mate. Kelly C, good morning. Katie, good morning. Stevie, good morning. Helen, good morning. Sam, good morning. Stefan's in. A bit better today. Oh, why were you ill yesterday, mate? Dodgy, good morning. Boss, good morning, mate. Hope you're all good. Paula, good morning. Hi, morning, buddy. James, good morning, mate. Hope you're all good. I had 700 calories worth of Heroes yesterday over my calorie intake. No more over my calorie intake. Again, it's just the time of year. It is a tough one. We've been hanging on all through Christmas. And you know what? This week is actually one of my favourite weeks for Christmas week. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm still working, but I'm properly getting in the festive spirit now. And I think that's it. And you just need to kind of own it a little bit, not fight it too much, just accept it. It is what it is. It's happening. Let me get my chat box up on in case anyone said good morning on YouTube or Facebook. Third place in the quiz. Yes, Jill. Oh, we did the Boss Your Weight Loss quiz last night. Absolutely. Very well done to everyone that took part in the quiz last night. And some very good scores coming in. Some very, very good scores came in last night. So, yes, it was tough. It was tough competition. But, yes. And again, so I'm really, I enjoy this week, so I'm not putting myself under too much pressure. Jan, good morning. I've seen your last check-in come in. The difference in calories Monday to Friday is low, and Saturday is crazy compared to normal. I mean, that's my week. If I'm being honest with you, that is my week. I normally have a much lower Monday to Friday, and then. Saturday, Sunday, I normally consume a good few more calories. But you know what? Again, it is what it is. It's just part of it. That's how the journey should be. Like I say, this week I'm not putting too much pressure on me, but week in, week out, I tend to normally during the week I'm sort of around 2,000 to 2,200 calories a day. That's kind of where I sit Monday to Friday. Saturday, Sunday, that allows, and then I'm normally somewhere, between 3,600 and 4,000 Saturday, 3,600 4,000 on is that. Stefan, are you talking about your plan, by the way? The difference in calories Monday to Friday is crazy compared to that. I don't know if you're talking about your plan. Your plan's calories aren't crazy Monday, Friday, Saturday compared to during the week. I don't think. I think it's quite neat. Like I say, what we normally do is during the week, we bank about just 10 to 15%. So we bank about 10 to 15% Monday to Friday, and then that allows us about 10 to 15% more over the weekend, which I don't think is crazy. But it depends the way you've been doing weight loss. If you've been over-restricting yourself, if you've not allowed yourself a few more higher calorie days, I don't know if Stefan's talking about his thing. Yeah, Stefan's calories aren't. Yeah, your calories aren't crazy at all. You've got from your calorie burn, you've kind of got. Yeah, no, I think it's a very nice, very even split. Now, like I say, if you've been over restricting yourself, it might seem it, but no, not really. We just keep. You've got a nice few low days and then a nice bit of freedom. You've got an extra 1,300 calories on a Saturday, which in the grand scheme of things is not a lot of calories. So you've got an extra 950 calories on a Sunday. Yeah, talking about my plan. Nah, not crazy at all, that, mate. Like I say, you've got an extra 1,300 calories. So basically, the difference between Friday and Saturday is you can have a KFC, or you may be able to build in some pizza or something like that. That's not crazy. And like I say, on a Sunday, you've got an extra 950 calories. That's a Big Mac meal. All right. So you can have a Big Mac meal extra on a Sunday. That's it. That is not crazy at all. That's healthy, sustainable, and a nice, even split. And like I say, what we try and do during the week, so Stefan's plan, we've got him banking just over 10% Monday to Friday. So he's banking about 10% of his deficit Monday to Friday, and then that allows him a nice little bit of food freedom over the weekend. But now, like I say, if you've been over restricting yourself, a lot of people, when they come onto my plan, they're literally like, whoa, what's going on with all these calories? Yeah, but that's not because the plan's crazy. That's because we've generally been doing weight loss wrong. All right. With me, you do weight loss right. Yeah. I've stopped tracking calories. Too many things on. That's absolutely fine, James. And you know what? If that's the way it is at the moment, that's the way it is. Just, like I've said, recently, create your cutoff, create your restart date. Now, if you've gone a little bit earlier than your cutoff, just own it, accept it. It is the way it is. The big thing about Christmas is that restart date. You've got to stick to it. You've got to stick to that restart date. That's the big thing about Christmas. So my restart date is the 2nd of January. If I then start tracking again on the 20th of January, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. You've got to stick to your restart date. If you go a little bit earlier than your cutoff date, it is what it is. It's just the decision you've made. And it's a bit like me yesterday. If I'd not tracked yesterday, I didn't eat anything really what I would class as very healthy yesterday at all, right? I genuinely didn't. And if I hadn't have tracked, I would literally have sat here today going, oh my God, I've blown my calories. I've eaten this, I've eaten that, I've eaten the other. I did track. I ate 3,360 calories yesterday. My maintenance is 3,400 calories, right? That's my maintenance. My maintenance is 3,400 calories. So I was actually in a 40 calorie deficit yesterday, right? So I'm sat here now going, it is what it is. Now, don't get me wrong. I haven't banked any calories for this weekend, right? Which is what I like to do because I always have a bit more food freedom at the weekends. And whether I bank any calories this week or not, I'm still going to be having food freedom. Now, technically, we bank calories for the weekend automatically by trying to stick to a deficit. So I'm in a calorie deficit this week, right? I just normally go into a deeper calorie deficit for banking calories. But my calorie deficit at the moment is around 5,000 calories a day. So my daily average is 2,600 calories a day. So if I stick to an average of 2,600 a day, Monday to Friday, I've not banked any calories for the weekend from my deficit. But I've still got calories to play with because I get 2,600 Saturday, 2,600 Sunday, right? And I then have my maintenance calories, right, which is 5,000. So let's say I did 4,000 calories Saturday, 4,000 calories Sunday this week. I'm still going to be in a 2,000 calorie deficit come the end of the week, right? It's just small. Like I say, I'm trying to put myself into a 5,000 calorie deficit at the moment, and I'm going to end up in a 2,000. So it's still a deficit. It's still at least half a pound of body fat loss, right? But it's just a bit smaller than I want it to be. Yeah. Let's say, how can we quit binge eating and ruin deficit? Tell me about your binge eating. I need to know a bit more. Are you binge eating or are you just overeating? That's the first question. That's the first question. My husband needs his calories worked out. How do we get them from you? Kelly, if he wants to join the community, So if he wants to join the community, he can just join for a month. It's £5 using code WELCOME. Right, you can just join for a month. And as part of the community, you get a calorie breakdown from me. So you don't get the plan, you don't get to check in with me, you don't get the one-to-one coaching from me to guide you through your journey. But with the community, you get full access to the community. And like I say, if he does want his calories, join the community, send your consultation form over. The community consultation form is a lot more simple because we're just doing a calorie workout rather than me writing a plan. And I'll send over his calories. If he wants to stay in the community after that, he can stay in the community after that. It's $9.99 a month. If he just wants to get his calories and then leave the community, he can do. He can cancel whenever he wants to. Maureen, good morning. Hope you're well. Right, let me scan up. 8 stupidly low calories Sunday, Monday, not intensely, 700. Fainted during the night early hours Tuesday morning, fell down the blooming stairs. It shook me up. It will do, and this is why we've got to look after ourselves, right? We've got to look after ourselves. And even though Carly said that, I hope you're all right, Carly. She said she's eaten 700 calories unintentionally. We still, if we're tracking calories, we need to, calories isn't just about fat loss. And I talk about this all the time, right? Calories isn't just about, and some people come to me and go, well, I'm not even hungry. I eat 1,000 calories a day. I'm not even hungry. Right. Calories gives us energy, right? Calories also gives us nutrition, right? And I talk about this all the time. We have a BMR, a basal metabolic rate. And our basal metabolic rate is the minimum amount of calories our body needs, the minimum amount of calories the body needs to function properly, right? Now, don't get me wrong. Even if you're, and that is in terms of energy, right? Now, if you're eating below that, even if you're eating very, very healthy, you're still not giving the body what it needs. And if you don't give the body what it needs, it ain't going to function right. Now, you might function enough. Does that make sense for you? So you might be like, yeah, well, I'm eating 1,000 calories a day and I'm getting great results on the scales and I'm here, right? But in all honesty, you will be tired. You will be lethargic. And, Carl eating 700 calories. I know Carl eats really low calories, right? I talk about it a bit, right? But Carly eating low calories and then eating really low calories, she's deficient. She's going to be deficient in a lot of things. And if you fainting is the body resetting itself. It's a bit like, when your computer crashes and you're tapping on your mouse and you're tapping on your keyboard and nothing works. And the only thing to do is turn the computer off and turn it back on again. And when you reboot it, it kind of works a bit better, doesn't it? It's cleared out a bit of memory or whatever it does when you reboot it, and it seems to work. The body's no different. The brain's a computer, right? This is your CPU. This is your central processing unit, right? And it talks and communicates everything around the body. And, if we're not looking after our body, it's going to shut itself down. And it is kind of, when your computer crashes, it might be because you've got too many tabs open. It might be because you keep loading up loads of different things and not shutting it down in the background, right? And it's just not running efficiently. And it's basically going, you're not looking after me here, right? So you need to reset. That'll automatically clear everything out. And now in the future, can you start looking after me? And that's probably what, it can be a little bit of a wake-up call. So, we've got to look after our bodies, even while losing weight. And this is another big reason why weight loss should be done healthily and sustainably, So, it's not just about, if you are eating a low amount of calories, for whatever reason, I can only lead a horse to water. I can't make him drink, I can talk about healthy, sustainable fat loss till the cows come home. It's up to you whether you take it on board or not. But if you decide, you've got a really unhealthy relationship with food, a really unhealthy relationship with weight loss, and you feel the only way you can lose weight is by eating 1,000 calories a day, 1,200 calories a day, it is imperative that you make those calories like it work the best for your body. Yeah, you can have no food freedom, but you've got to make sure you get your protein in with them. You've got to make sure you try your best to get your fiber in. You've got to make sure you get your vitamins in, your minerals in, all the things that the body needs to function. Your vitamin A, your vitamin, D, E, K, all these things that are vitamin C, all these things that are absolutely essential to the human body. Vitamin B, right? Vitamin A, B, C, D, E, and K. Those are some of the main vitamins. And we should get it from food, right? We should get those vitamins from food, right? Minerals, potassium, zinc, iron, right? Magnesium, salt. All these things are essential for the body to function properly. And if you have a really good, varied diet, you're getting your varieties of meat in, getting some red meat in, getting some fish in, getting some chicken in, getting some good whole grains in, some oats and some, maybe a bit of wholemeal bread, getting some seeds in there, getting some nuts in there, getting some fruits and veggies in there, lots of berries and lots of green leafy vegetables, right? You will get most of your nutrition. But again, if you're eating a low amount of calories, the nutrition you're getting might quite not be enough. So if you are eating a low amount of calories, it's then essential that you do supplement, right? You do supplement. So that might be, to get your vitamins, it might be just taking a multivit. It might be taking an iron supplement. I get healthy amounts of calories in, but I still supplement products every single day to try and make sure my body is functioning optimally. Now, every now and then I forget to take my supplements, right? I'm not the best in the world at it. Does that make a massive difference to me? Not really, because I've got a very good varied diet. Yesterday was really unhealthy. Today I'll make it a bit healthier, and for the next couple of weeks, it's not going to be that healthy, but it is what it is. But you can't undo in a couple of weeks what you've done. If I've had a really healthy diet or what I class as a healthy diet, I don't have a really healthy diet. I don't want one, right? You don't need to have a really healthy diet to be healthy, right? You might need a really healthy diet to be an athlete or to perform at certain levels. But, if 70 to 80% of your diet's healthy and nutritious, you get good fruits and veggies in, you get a good, like I say, whole grains in, you watch your saturated fats, you really watch your trans fats and things like that, you're going to be good. Couple of weeks of eating whatever you want doesn't then automatically make you unhealthy. If you took you've got footballers, haven't you? Footballers absolutely should be at their prime. They should be full health, really fit, really healthy, because they want to perform at the top level. They get an off season, from sort of like mid to the end of May to the beginning of July. So they get a good 4, 5, maybe 6 weeks holiday, depending on if they're involved in any cups or something like that. In those 6 weeks holiday, they will put their fitness to the back burners in a way. They might still do a bit of gym work, and this that, but they'll be going on holiday. They'll probably drink alcohol. They'll probably eat more unhealthy foods. They might come back to pre-season in July, a good few pounds, 4, 5, 6 pounds heavier, same as when we come back from Christmas and stuff like that. But as soon as they get back into their training, as soon as they're back on it a couple of weeks in, the fitness levels are straight back, because you can't undo in 4, 5, 6 weeks what your lifestyle is most of the time. Does that make sense? John on the confession stand. I didn't try yesterday, but did it this morning. Won't be in a 3,500 deficit at the end of the week, but will still be in a time deficit. That's all good, And again, this time, I have a saying: if it ain't in your app, don't put it in your trap. I've been a bit rubbish with that the last couple of weeks. I'll be honest with you, I have. I've not been quite on it. I've just tracked, I ate Weetabix last night, and I had a few crisps as well at the end of the night, and I've just tracked it now. I've just put it into my app. And normally, if it ain't in your app, don't put it in your trap. That keeps you right on plan. At the moment, for me this week, like I say, I'm not too fussed about 100% where my calories are. I'm genuinely not. Yeah, I'm not too fussed 100% where my calories are. Yeah, I'm still, my big job this week is just to be accountable, to try and keep the app as accurate as possible, to keep tracking until we close on Sunday. And they'll just answer me some questions. And really, at the end of this week, if I'm in a calorie maintenance, I'm in a calorie maintenance. The important thing about calorie maintenance is I know I've not gained any body fat this week. So the only week, really, I should gain some body fat over Christmas is next week, right? I ain't tracking Monday to Sunday next week, right? And will there be a lot of overeating and a good bit of boozing? 100%. Now, the week after, which is New Year's week, will there be some overeating Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? Yeah, there's a very good chance, right? But then I'm going to rein it right back in Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? So again, that week, I'm probably going to end up with a week like this week, right? So I was kind of more maintenance week last week, maintenance week this week, surplus week next week, New Year's Eve week or New Year's Day week will be back into that maintenance level. So really, the only day that I should be gaining body fat, or the only week, is next week, right? In theory. Now, if I eat 3,500 calories a day more than I burn every day next week, I'm going to gain 7 pounds next week in body fat, right? I'm prepared to do that. I'm happy to do that. We'll be gone by the end of January. Will I do that? Hopefully not. Right? I don't think I will. Like I say, last year I gained 8.8 pounds over Christmas. And in all honesty, that's kind of where I want to be this year. That's kind of where I want to be this year. If I gain around that over Christmas, that's all good. Right? Morning, Neil. I know you're having the Christmas off, but what are you thinking about workouts? I can't decide whether to fit a few in. Okay, so yeah, I'm off work. So basically, other than tracking calories, I try and keep everything else in place-ish. So in terms of workouts, now normally I go to the gym 5-6 times a week, right? There's 6 times this week. I'm going today, I'm going to go tomorrow, and I've got my spin class on Saturday morning. Now, again, if I didn't go to the gym at all next week, right, would it make a difference to my fitness levels? No. Would it make a difference to my weight loss? No. Right? Yeah, it's going to mean next week I burn a couple of thousand calories less. But it is what it is. What I will be doing next week is definitely getting some walks in. But will I go to the gym next week? Yes. Heidi, I'm looking forward to getting started with you on the 6th. Colin, I was going to message you today. Can I get your consultation form back today? So I've shut down. If you want to start on the 6th of January and you have signed up, I've got 2 of you guys. Just need your consultation form back. Then I can write your plan up today and I'll get it over to you. It'll probably be tomorrow when I get it over to you. Because I'm signing off on Saturday until the new year, until the 6th. So anyone that signs up now, you will start on the 13th. Where is it? It's in your downloads. I assume you've got the downloads because I know you've joined the community and set things up. So when you download when you sign up to plan, right, you get an email. And in your email, there's a confirmation download to say thanks. And the links for the community is in there. The link to set up your direct debit for your subscriptions in there. And then there's another one as well for a NutriCheck discount. And then another one as well for, your consultation form. If you can't find it, Colin, just let me know. Drop me an email or something like that, or let me know. Or if I don't get it back from you by dinner time, I'll be in touch with you. It only takes 5 minutes to fill in. It's not anything major complicated. Anyway, sorry, I've gone off track there because I just saw Colleen come on TikTok. Right, let's go back to workouts. So how will me going to the gym, how will it work out over Christmas in terms of over Christmas? Basically, if I wake up hungover, I won't go to the gym. If I wake up not hungover, I'll go to the gym. It really is that sort of simple for me. So what is my thinking? This is my thinking. So Monday, I think I'll try and get to the gym, right? Monday, the 23rd. I am going out on Sunday for a couple of beers, but nothing major. I'm just going to go to the pub and watch the footy and have a couple of pints and come home. So I normally don't like it, so no hangover, just a couple of beers. Right. Monday, so hopefully gym Monday. Christmas Eve, gym. Now, we were talking about taking the dogs to the beach on Christmas Eve instead of doing an hour walk on the beach. But it all depends on the weather. The weather looks absolutely shocking next week. So it all depends on the weather. Now, if the weather's all right, we'll go to the beach. If not, I'll be going to the gym on Christmas Eve. Christmas Day, no gym. Boxing Day, no gym. Now, I probably won't be drinking Boxing Day. So the 27th, I'll go to the gym. Right? Now, we are going out on the 27th evening just for a meal with some friends. But again, I don't think it's going to be a boozy one. So I'll probably go to the gym Saturday the 28th. If I don't go Saturday the 28th, I will be going Sunday the 29th. So I'll still get, I should, technically, Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Sunday. I think that's what, so I'm going to get 4 gym sessions in. So I only go 5 or 6, so I should get 4 in next week. The week after, which is New Year's Eve, Monday, no, because I'm out on Sunday. New Year's Eve, maybe. New Year's Day, no, because I'm going to have a few drinks New Year's Eve. Don't go out New Year's Eve. We'll be at home. Go out in the afternoon. A couple of beers around our local pubs in the afternoon, and then in at night time. But now I do dry Jan, so I will be having a few Baileys New Year's Eve night and maybe a bottle of wine or something like that on the couch, watching a film, having a pizza. All right, and then 1st of Jan, back at it. So no, and then 2nd is just back to normal. So yeah, so I will hit the gym a little bit next week. If I didn't though, I wouldn't be too bothered, because you need sometimes to give your body a rest. You need sometimes to give your body a rest. So we'll just play it by ear. But I am planning on going at least 3 times next week. So if the weather's off decent Christmas Eve, we'll take the dogs to the beach. And only because we've got stuff on. Normally I'd go to the gym and then I'd take the dogs to the beach. Right, and that might happen maybe on Friday. To be honest with you, Friday planning on going to the gym, and if the weather's decent and the tides are right, we'll go to the gym and we'll take the dogs to the beach. We'll do a double bubble. So yeah, so I was trying to stay fairly active. I don't know if you remember me, but I've just had my baby, and I'll see you in the new year to lose the baby weight. Lovely. I don't know when you had your baby, so Tracy, it'd be great to get you on board. What I recommend, if you have given birth recently, 3 months. All right, you want 12 weeks postpartum before we go into a weight loss phase. Few reasons for that. Just you need to get your body. You're going to be extremely busy with a newborn baby in the first 3 months, getting into a new routine. Your body's going to be recovering. If you're breastfeeding, we don't want to be cutting calories, certainly for the first 3 months. So 3 months postpartum, right? Then we'll get you stuck into your journey. Again, depending on if you're breastfeeding or not, depends on what calorie deficit we're going to put you in. Don't get me wrong, if you're overweight, if you've got excess body fat, you're going to get some energy from that. So, but it's just something we need to take into account, So yeah, I reckon, so many ladies that give birth are like, right, I need to get rid of this baby weight. Just give it 3 months. All right. You've had 9 months being pregnant. You might have trained. You might have been pretty, there was a lady in the gym the other day. I reckon she was at least 7 months pregnant and she was training, but she comes to the gym all the time. She trains all the time. So it's absolutely fine. She can train all the way up to giving birth if she wants to, as long as she doesn't do exercises that puts pressure on certain areas. Right, let me scan down, see if I've missed anything. Rach, good morning. Tesco doing 50p vegetables to eat loads of veggies now with chicken. That sounds good, James. Make the most of that. That is cheap, isn't it? I went to early 2 and have stopped tracking. Have been increasing steps, so that's something. Absolutely, a bit of balance. And that's something, again, like I say, next week, I'm not tracking calories and I'm not really going to be too concerned about what I eat. That's the only real change for me. I'm still going to work on getting my steps in. I'm still going to work on, still going to work on getting my steps in. I'm still going to work on doing some bit of exercise, right? I'll still be concentrating on getting some protein in. I'll certainly be concentrating on getting my hydration in, because, again, if I'm drinking alcohol a few days, how annoying are these? They are so annoying. Like, I know he's got a sport cap. I don't really like drinking from a sports cap. I just chucked water all down myself. Luckily, the old beard soaked some of it up. Right, anyway. Let's scan up and see what we've missed. I'm actually looking forward to the new year. I'm looking forward to... There's always good, like, loads of new products coming out. So I've took it really easy on Instagram recently. There's not a lot to post out. Right? I love posting foods and new products that are all about and posting about my journey. But like I say, it's pretty quiet at the moment. It's pretty chill. But everything will be back up and running fully in the new year. Right, let's scan down, see what's going on. I've been stroke overeat, and it's not because I'm hungry, it's because I'm bored or something. Need to stop. Yeah, Helen, really common one, that. So boredom me, and this is a really common one at night time. So if you guys find that you overeat at night time, and why I say there is a difference between overeating and binge eating, right? If you're if your every night time is you're overeating, right? You're not, and why I like people to use the different terminology is when we say we're binging, it just sounds so much worse than it actually is. And sometimes there can be some quite simple, quick fixes for overeating, right? And first of all, to fix a problem, we've got to recognize we've got a problem. Yeah. Now, like I say, it is really, really common that this is done at overnight time. For me, I struggle on a Sunday day, right? So it can be a daytime as well. It can be any time, right? It can be any time. But nighttime is very, very common, right? And, what are the reasons for it? Well, sometimes it can be the fact that you're not giving the body what it needs. So I find people, very common overeating is people that eat low amounts of calories, right? Because they're over restrictive and that triggers overeating, right? Also, lack of nutrition. So eating the wrong things. Now, I watch a lot, I follow some of you guys on TikTok or Facebook or Instagram, and you're posting your own journeys. I also follow my own community and look at what people are eating. And I like looking at that because if these people then come to me and say they're struggling, like I say, you can eat whatever you want to lose weight, right? You genuinely can. You can eat nothing but McDonald's all day, every day. If it's within a calorie deficit, you're going to lose weight. But certain ways we eat are going to help to control our appetite, going to help to control our eating. Certain ways we eat aren't. Now, like I say, if you can control your appetite by eating McDonald's day in, day out, fine. You're not going to be very healthy, but you'll still lose body fat because you're in a calorie deficit. But, I do see people posting their dinners, and it is, cream crackers, Laughing Cow light spread, little teaspoon of maybe Branston pickle going on it, and then a bit of fruit on the side. Very low calorie, pretty tasty, to be honest with you. But that is just never going to support a weight loss journey long term. So if you eat something like that for your lunch and then you're overeating at night time, well, of course you're overeating at night time. You're eating low calorie, and the calories that you are eating they're not going to fill anything up. They're not going to fill a toddler up, let alone a fully grown adult that's got an eating disorder, right? So, the way we eat, so high protein, high fiber, get the protein and the fiber in. Now, what things trigger overeating other than actually being hungry? Other than, are there things that can trigger our hunger hormone? So the hormone that tells us to eat is called ghrelin, right? And it is our hunger hormone. And it's released by the stomach, and it sends a signal up to the brain, and then the brain sends a signal to us to go and get food, right? So ghrelin can be triggered through being hungry, right? Ghrelin is triggered through regular meal times, right? This is why I always say about, you've got to step away from, got to have breakfast at 8 a.m., got to have lunch at 12 p.m., got to have tea at 5 p.m. We've been built into this routine, right? There's nothing wrong with eating breakfast, nothing wrong with eating lunch, nothing wrong with eating your tea, but try and mix it up. Try to get out of a routine, right? The body understands a timeline, a time frame. It has an internal clock in it. So it sort of knows if you're someone that's really routine and I have breakfast every day at 8 a.m., whether you're hungry or not, your body, because it's getting ready for food at 8 a.m., will release your hunger hormone, ghrelin. Right? Now, don't get me wrong. If you have your breakfast at 8 a.m., your lunch at 12 p.m., your tea at 5 p.m., and you're in full control of your calories, don't worry about it. Don't fix anything that's not broken. Right? But, my body never knows when it's getting food, right? It genuinely doesn't. Like yesterday, I had breakfast at 10 a.m., right? Today, it will be getting breakfast at, probably 10:30, right? Tomorrow, it will be getting breakfast at about 9 a.m. if I have breakfast, right? Monday, it didn't get breakfast this week. So my body never quite knows when it's going to get food. Yesterday, I had my dinner at 3 p.m., right? On Tuesday, I had my dinner at 12 p.m. Again, my body doesn't have I don't have set meal times. I eat when I'm hungry, or I eat when I've got time to eat, kind of, as it were, depending on what circumstances. So that keeps my ghrelin under control. Now, don't get me wrong, of course, you can also, don't get me wrong. If I was hungry, yes, and I was hungry at 1, but I managed to control it, right? I was round at Rachel's nan's. There was no food knocking about, so I just controlled it. Then we went shopping, and I still controlled it, and then I got something to eat after we'd been shopping. So try and mix that up a little bit. The 2 big things that trigger overeating that doesn't include being hungry. Number 1 is dehydration. Being dehydrated, right? So if you are dehydrated, right, your body does not know the difference between being hungry and thirsty unless you've got a dry mouth. And it's very rare we get a dry mouth, right? We tend to always drink 2 hours, I'll have a brew, right? It'll wet your mouth, right? It's very rare we get that, mouth like Gandhi's flip-flop, as the saying goes. So dehydration triggers. So a lot of people think they're hungry and they're not. They're actually thirsty. Right, and then another one is Helen's already touched this: boredom, monotony. Right, if you sit in front of a desk all day, it's boring, it's monotonous. So stop doing it. And you're like, well, it's my job, Neil. I know it's your job. It's your job to work at a desk. It's not your job to sit here for a 4-hour block without moving. Right? It genuinely isn't. So you've just got to work on breaking monotony up. 2-3 minutes every hour will do you. 5 minutes every hour. Right? So you might sit here for 55 minutes, do a little bit of work, and then, right, I'm going to go put some, if you work from home, I'm going to go put some washing on. I'll go and prep my lunch. I'll go and put the bins out or do a bit of recycling or something like that. Then come back and do your bits, right? Over your next hour of work, right, I'm going to go for a 10-minute walk, right? Now, if your company's like, no, I need you to sit at your desk from 9 till 1 in the afternoon and not move, no company will do that because, I've worked in HR. It just doesn't happen, right? If you literally go to your company, you're making me sit at my desk for 4 hours without taking a break. That's affecting my mental health. It's affecting my physical health because my back's sore, my legs are sore, right? Just go down that route, right? And they go, oh no, we recommend that you take a 5-minute break and we'll do this into play. That's what a good company will do. If they're not a good company, keep going with it. You'll take them to a tribunal. You'll get loads of money out of them, right? So it can be done, right? I get so many people like, I'm chained to a desk. No, you're not. No one's chained to a desk. You're chained to a desk because you want to be chained to a desk, right? And like I say, I'm not saying that every hour from your desk you take a half-hour break. I'm talking 5 minutes. You've got to break up that monotony. I said there, one day that I struggle to control my appetite is a Sunday. Because on a Sunday, I sit my arse on the sofa all day, play my Xbox, play and watch football. That's my Sunday, right? Now, I'll tend to get up in the morning, kind of try and box my step. If I need to get my steps in, I'll box them off in the morning, get them done and dusted, and then it's just an afternoon on the couch. And because sitting down all day is monotonous, right? It's boring for the body. It's not boring for me. I love watching football. I love playing my Xbox, but it's monotonous. It's boring for the body. My hunger hormones trigger because hunger hormones triggering makes you move about, right? That's what the body does it. All right. So you just got to recognize your triggers. You've just got to recognize your triggers, excessive sodium intake also makes you hungrier. Not necessarily, maybe a knock-on effect. Why would excessive sodium make you hungrier? I've already mentioned it. Dehydration. So if you take a lot of salt into your body and you're not drinking enough water, that can make you dehydrated, right? But if you consume a lot of salt, right? I eat a lot of salt. The recommended salt a day is 6 grams a day, right? For an adult, recommended allowance. I eat at least 10 grams of salt a day. Do I have high blood pressure? Do I have any issues with sodium? No. Sodium is essential for the body. It's an electrolyte, right? I need to eat over 10 grams of salt a day because I drink so much fluid. So I eat a lot of salt. I don't have an issue. It doesn't make me hungrier, right? Why? Because I constantly stay hydrated. Yeah. I've just started doing about 10,000 steps every day. This week, would it show on the scales as not? Say that again, Kelly. Would exercise affect the appetite? As in, more exercise, body wants more food. Not really. No, it's a massive myth, that. And it's what a lot of people do. A lot of people are like, I'm going to the gym now. I'm exercising. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a weight loss coach. So I'm talking in the perspective of talking to overweight people, right? If you exercise, will that increase your energy burn? Yes. If your energy burn increases, does that mean that the body might want more energy? Yes. Right? That energy doesn't need to come from food. Right? If you're overweight, right, it's because you've got too much fat in your body. Fat is stored energy. If you're 100 pounds overweight, right, which is 7 stone, right? So if you're 100 pounds overweight, that's 7 stone. 100 pounds is 500,000 calories, right? That is the equivalent of 100 pounds of body fat, is 500,000 calories. So if you start going to the gym 3 days a week, and in each gym, ignore what this says, right? These are optimistic, right? If this says you burn 600 calories in the gym, you haven't, right? You burnt 300, right? So let's say you go to the gym 3 days a week and you train and you burn 900 calories, right? So 300 calories a session times 3 is 900 calories, right? Yeah, 900 calories. You've got 500,000 excess calories in your body. Do I need to eat more food? No. So yeah, it's a massive placebo. It's a massive placebo. I'm training more, I'm hungry more. That's if you're overweight. Now, if you are a healthy weight, so you have a healthy body fat percentage, so you do not have stored energy, right, and you start moving more, then yeah, you'll need to take more fuel on board. Overweight people, fat people do not need to increase their energy intake because they are moving more, right? Now, don't get me wrong, there is still a balance that we need to find between calorie burn and over restriction. But generally, I say this to all my clients. My clients might come on board and I might base their calories off them doing 6,000 steps a day, and they might get 2,000 calories a day. If they get used to eating 2,000 calories a day on average and they can control their appetite at 2,000 calories a day on average, right, but they increase their steps from 6,000 steps a day to 10,000 steps a day, yeah, they're going to be burning a few more calories. But they don't need, if they feel that they really need or they're really struggling to control their appetite at 2,000 calories, we can look at giving them more calories. But, I've had lots of clients this year that have lost 60, 70 pounds this year. Now, I coach £1 a week weight loss. That's healthy, sustainable weight loss. So that'd be about 50 odd pounds in a year. So how have some clients lost 60, 70? I've had some clients that have lost well over 100 pounds this year, right? Now, why have they lost that if I'm putting them in? Because they've increased their movement, right? They're burning way more calories than they were doing, but they've learned to control at the calories I set them. So rather than them being in a 500 calorie a day deficit, they're in an 800 calorie a day deficit or a 900. And that's going to optimize their results on the scales. Now, like I say, if I find that my clients are moving a lot more and they're not getting the results on the scales, then we'll look into that because they're eating more and, it all tells a story. Does that make sense? Excuse me. I've just started doing 10,000 steps a day every day this week. Would it show on the scales as not lost anything this week? No. Right, we've got to stop going, right, now I've gone from doing this amount of steps to this amount of steps. It's going to cause loads of weight loss. It really isn't, right? We look at weight loss over time, right? And I know, it's amazing that you're putting in the effort, Kelly. It really is. And I know you've got some mobility issues, so it is fantastic. But, why you've increased to 10,000 steps isn't to see weight loss, to see weight loss, to see weight loss. You've increased to 10,000 steps because it increases your physical health. It will increase your mental health. It will increase the strength in your body. It will massively reduce. If you can stay consistent with that, it might be painful now to do it, but some of the issues that I know you've told me because you've come on plan, they will improve massively if you keep your movement up. That's why you're doing it. Now, the bonus side effect of doing 10,000s is you're going to be burning a few more calories. That will increase your calorie deficit. Is it going to increase your calorie deficit to a point where you're suddenly going to see pounds and pounds shedding off the scales? It isn't. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. And this is where, I get people that come on live and go, I've been going to the gym for a month and I've not lost any weight. You go to the gym for a month, great. Physical health, brilliant. Mental health, brilliant. Strengthening the body, fantastic, right? giving yourself a sense of purpose, a sense of achievement. Brilliant. It buzzes you up. It improves your confidence. It makes you feel better about yourself, right? But, if you were averaging 5,000-6,000 steps a day and now you're averaging 10,000 steps a day, that's going to increase your calorie burn by a couple of hundred calories a day, right? There's 3,500 calories in 1 pound of body fat, right? So if I'm increasing my steps by a couple of hundred calories a day, for that to increase my calorie burn to lose an extra pound of body fat, it's going to take nearly 3 weeks, right? So we're not hamsters in a wheel running around trying to chase our next meal. So, my owners will feed me because I'm fun to watch on a wheel. We're not doing that, right? You're doing your 10,000 steps a day now, not to lose weight. You're doing it for you. You're doing it to feel healthier. Is it a support tool? Is it going to mean you burn a few more calories? In the long run, will it optimize your journey in a few different ways? Of course it will. But week to week, it won't make a jot of difference. And I'll be honest with you with that. Does that then mean you should get the attitude and go, oh, well, I'll just stop if it's not going to change anything in a week? So no, because if that is the attitude, you'll never have a successful weight loss journey. You genuinely won't, right? So you're doing it for you, all right? But don't get disheartened. Again, I've been to the gym 3 times this week. I've not lost any weight. You don't go to a gym to lose weight. You go to a gym to get fitter and healthier. And in the long run, it will support your journey, but over a long period of time. Yeah. Will chewing gum trick my brain to think I'm eating? No, absolutely not. Right, guys. I'm out of here. I've got to go. I've got to go take the dogs to the dog groomers, and then I've got to. I'm just trying to have a look through. What other ways can you tell you're dehydrated aside from what colour you see in the toilet? Again, things like hunger triggering in the afternoon. So if you've eaten your lunch at 1 and it's a decent lunch, and an hour and a half later you're hungry, are you thirsty? It's quite hard to see. You can't really. It's quite hard to tell, right? Now, don't get me wrong. The easiest way to tell, and you don't really need any other sign that you're dehydrated than looking at your colour of your pee in the toilet. Look at the colour of your pee in the toilet, or how often are you peeing? Right? If you're only going for a wee 4 times a day, you're dehydrated. Right? If you're going for a wee every hour to 2 hours, right? Which means if you're awake and out of bed 14, 16 hours a day, and you're visiting the toilet for a wee 6 to 8 times a day, there's a good chance you've got a decent level of hydration. Yeah? Tells a lot. Right, guys, I'm out of here. It's been a pleasure as always. I will be back for the last live of the year on Saturday morning. It's just on TikTok. It's not for you guys on Facebook, YouTube. Guys, you guys on Facebook, YouTube, the next official Facebook, YouTube live will be the 6th of January. I might be back before then, but I'm not scheduling any lives. No lives will be scheduled until the 6th of January. If I hop on and do a live on the 2nd, on the 3rd, on the 4th, bonus. If not, 6th of Jan. Right, you guys on TikTok, have a lovely, lovely, lovely Thursday and Friday, because I'm not going to see you tomorrow. I will see you Saturday morning, TikTok. Have a great couple of days. And you guys on Facebook and YouTube, if you only watch me on Facebook and YouTube, if you don't, catch me on TikTok on Saturday morning. But if you only watch me on Facebook and YouTube, I'll see you lovely people on the 6th of January. Have a wonderful Christmas. If I don't see you before then, hopefully I will. But if I don't, have an amazing Christmas. Enjoy the new year. Don't panic about weight loss. Just enjoy it. Go with it. And we will see you in a couple of weeks.